Welcome to the Traditional Way Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Shumway. This podcast is brought to you by the Martial Arts Internet Network, where you can find all things martial arts related on our social media pages and on our website at www.mainternetwork, where you can catch up on all open circuit sport karate news with Inside Scoop, catch a movie review with Kicks, Flicks, and Kicks, or find out what's happening in the jiu-jitsu and MMA worlds on the winner's circle, plus all the sport karate videos from tournaments. On today's episode, I'm going to cover the results from the Karate One Youth League event from Porec, Croatia that just finished up on June 25th through the 28th. This is usually one of the biggest youth league events with over 3,200 athletes competing this year, as athletes from 78 countries were represented at this event. Let's take a look at the results. The girls start out with world number 2 Nives Podvorek and the world number 4 Veronika Kotenko squaring off against each other in the final of the minus 47 kilogram division, where Podvorek would take that match 2-0 to secure her first WKF gold medal. Ukraine dominated the minus 54 kilogram division, as they were 3 out of the final 4 in the division and were represented in every medal match for this division. But it was their lowest ranked athlete, Maria Dasiuk, that would take the division, winning her first WKF medal by taking the final 4-1. Porec has been good for Sejla Osic, as this is the only event that she has ever made a final in for the minus 61 kilogram division, and she would answer last year's silver with a gold this year, as she would take the final by a score of 4-0. The over 61 kilogram division, the world number 1 Nicole Coyado would make it into the final once again, but it was first timer Anastasia Pergali that would take the division, winning the gold in her first attempt and making a statement within the division. Now, the boys start out with Miksa Sizuks stepping up and making his first final in the minus 52 kilogram division, as he would win a close fight by a score of 3-1 to secure his first medal within the WKF. Calogero Kawanta makes a statement in the minus 57 kilogram division, as the world number 6 only gave up 1 point all day in the division to include the final, where he would easily win that match by the 8-point spread to secure his first gold medal within the WKF. He was as close to perfect as one could be at this event. The minus 63 kilogram division would see a first-time gold medal winner in the world number 8 Martin Inev, who would top the performance of the division before, as he would not give up any points on his way to the top of the podium. But you can't say that he had a perfect day, because he needed the decision to make it out of the final 4, as he fought to a 0-0 tie, but would go on to score in the final, where he'd win that 2-0. A great showing for the youngster Vladislav Kanivits, who flew through the bracket without much struggles, only having one match that was close, where he won by 1 point on his way to his first WKF final, where he would win that close fight 4-3 and secure his first medal. In the last division for the boys kumite, Simone Giuliano steps up in weight to make his first WKF final, where he would win the over 70 kilogram division with a final score of 4-2. In the female kata division, it was the world number 9 ranked Nada Wedgersen who would cruise through the bracket, making it to the first WKF final, where her performance of Popperin would take the division, secure her first medal within the WKF. The world number 3, Calvin McCann, would see his first WKF final in Porec, as his Shotokan katas were too much for anyone in the division to overcome, and his performance of Unsu in the final was good enough to secure his first gold medal. The young ladies would start out with the world number 1 Agnes Nyman losing to the world number 7 Daphne Yildirim in a close final in the minus 48 kilogram division, with Yildirim securing the gold by a score of 2-1. And her third event since stepping up from the cadets, world number 5 Maria Hinnis finally sees a final match in the minus 53 kilogram division. The reigning cadet world champion hasn't found her footing in the new age category until this event, where she would win the final by decision, as she squeaked out the victory in a 0-0 tied match. In the minus 59 kilogram division, Corina Klarick tops the podium for the first time within the WKF, as she finally got her gold. As she entered the final with the home crowd behind her, she went on to win the final 4-1. Last year's cadet gold medalist at this event, Alexandra Zumarova, moves up into the junior minus 66 kilogram division and repeats as the winner, as this event has been good to her in the recent past. She would take the final 4-0 and hold on to her world number 3 ranking. In the last female kumite division for the juniors, the final 4 were the world's number 1 through 4 ranked athletes in the over 66 kilogram division, where the world number 4, Zwanenberg, would prevail out of the pairings and take the final match 4-2. Also noted the top 4 athletes would also take home all the medals in this division as well, as they all showed why they are at the top of the rankings. Moving on to the young men, where we start off with world number 3, Maxim Vyechkinov, losing to the number 16th ranked Kimoryun Mizo Kalimov in the minus 55 kilogram division in a tightly contested match that ended 2-1. This is Kalimov's first gold since stepping up into the juniors. And the minus 61 kilogram division, a big upset early in the brackets as the world number 1 Matt Rombo loses to the number 19th ranked Taha Beachtui, as Beachtui would continue into the final where he would secure his first gold within WKF, squeaking out a victory by a score of 1-0. The world number 1, Ryan Zuini, would show why he tops the minus 68 kilogram division as he outscored his opponents 23-6 on his way to the final, where he would defeat the world number 4 by a score of 7-4. And apparently a growth spurt happened in the spring because the world number 3 in the minus 68 kilogram division, Ali Arnautovic, is now in the minus 76 kilogram division, where he only had one close fight all day in the division. And it was early in his second fight where he would go on to win. It was early in his second fight, and also he would go on to win the final by a score of 4-1. And in the over 76 kilogram division, world number 11, Mikhail Mokos, would see the final where he was up against a home crowd. He's faced off against a Croatian fighter and came out the victor, securing a close 2-1 win, securing his first gold medal within the WKF. In the female kata divisions, world number 2, Tamara Lerner, waltzed her way through this bracket without any resistance into the final. This is new for her in this age category, as even though she's the world number 2, she has not had a ton of success at this new age category. And she did meet some resistance in the final, where her popper performance would edge out a victory by 0.1 points to secure her first gold as a junior. In the male kata, it would be world number 6, Martin Oliveira, that put on a show as he would see his third final as a junior at this event, as he had a pretty easy ascent up the bracket, and his performance of Ohan Dai in the final would give him the win by 1.5 points to secure his first WKF gold medal. The women start out with Emma Coletti continuing her dominance in the youth league in the minus 50 kilogram division as she adds another gold to her 2025 season, winning the final matchup 4-0, defeating the Premier League silver medalist from Rabat, Christina Papa. The minus 55 kilogram division saw the world number 2, Nina Kasakova, add to her European Championship silver medal by winning the final in Porec by a score of 4-2. This one should push her into the world number 1 spot in the U21 rankings. A matchup of world number 5 rankings as the minus 61 kilogram division saw veteran ranked Sydney Yvonne come up short in the final match as the U21 ranked Dorija Schnodger won a close fight 4-3 to take home the gold in front of the home crowd. On paper, the final of the minus 68 kilogram division looked like it was going to be a great match, as world number 2, Anna Desiderio, and world number 1, Hannah Rydell, would face off for the gold. Unfortunately, we were all left wanting more as they fought to a 0-0 tie. Desiderio would be awarded the decision and should gain enough points for them to switch places in the rankings. And in the over 68 kilogram division, world number 3, Doria Fleischer, improves from her bronze medal from Guadalajara as she takes the final matchup 4-2, overcoming Daria Bulai. The men start off with the current U21 European champion continuing his good 2025, as Scotland's Adam Hamill wins the gold medal with a score of 4-2 in the final match of the minus 60 kilogram division. In the minus 67 kilogram division, another European champion and rising star within the veterans division, Georgios Baliotis, tops the podium as he fought his opponent to a 1-1 tie in the final and was awarded the decision. In what's starting to be a theme with the men thus far, European champion Harari Pitzel continues his dominance within the U21 age category as he walks through his opponent by the 8-point spread to take home another gold and hold on to his number 1 ranking within the U21 minus 75 kilogram division. In the minus 84 kilogram division, Sinan Paljevic came out of nowhere as a 211th ranked fighter outscored his opponents 25-8 en route to his first WKF final match of his career, where he would not disappoint, and he won that match 9-2. And in the over 84 kilogram division, Nikolai Sikot would silence the home crowd in a tight match where he would win the gold in the final by a score of 3-2 over his Croatian opponent. This would be Sikot's first gold medal within the U21 age category. In the female kata division, world number 1 Chiara Manca walks through this division as no one would come within 1 full point in any match on her way to the top of the podium. Her performance of Paparin in the final won by 1.7 points. Hands down, this was easily her most dominant performance that she has had thus far within her career. And in the male kata division, Vincenzo Papalardi had his breakout event of his career as he would beat the world number 2 and 6 on his way to the final, where the Shotokan stylist performance of Unsu would squeak out a win by 0.2 points, giving him his first gold medal within his career. Some key takeaways from Porec. Let's start with the absence of the Japanese athletes. Now, historically, the Japanese presence on the youth league has not been the biggest. Their youth tend to only come out in the masses for world championships. However, with the amount of them in the top 10 in the youth categories, it was interesting to me that they brought no one to this event. Another big takeaway for me was the American presence getting shut out in Croatia. The biggest growth that we have seen from the American presence thus far has been within the youth league, and they have had some success recently as their program is growing and they are starting to see the fruits of their labor in that regard. However, in Porec, only one athlete saw a top 10 finish, which I'm hoping is just an anomaly and not the norm. And lastly, for some reason in the cadet kata division, they opted to use flags instead of the point system that the WKF adopted prior to the 2020 Olympics. That has been the standard ever since then. Now, the WKF did not give any reason why they went to the flag system and why only for the cadets and not the other 2 age categories, which leads me to assume that this is a one-time thing. Now, personally, I hope not. I like the flags. I think in match play, I like the judges have to pick a winner and not give a score. I like it better than the scores, and I think it makes the divisions run quicker. Other traditional leagues have never went away from this style of scoring. And we know the WKF only went to that scoring system for the Olympics. So why not bring back the flags when it's not an Olympic year or they have been passed over for the Olympics like they were in this year? But with that, I want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of The Traditional Way. Join me on the next episode where I will discuss the WKF's anti-doping policy and how that program has affected a top athlete within the organization. Until then, continue to support the Martial Arts Center Network by liking, commenting, and sharing all of our programming. Until next time, guys.